Hello friends, welcome to my channel Deep Astro Universe. In this video, I'll be talking about Cancer to Virgo lagnas. How will be your January 2025? So before I begin with the Cancer lagna, I would wish you all a very happy new year. So now let me start with the Cancer lagna. As we can see, with the year beginning, Moon is starting its journey from the seventh house, so it's very favorable. Now, if I see Mars will be debilitated plus retrograde in the Lagna till 21st January, which will give effect of an exalted Mars. So being the lord of the 10th house and 5th house will bring in lot of changes in your career. Maybe you initiate a new career at this time, you bring a lot of changes in your career, and this will not even bring changes and lot of new initiations, but it will even boost your willpower and strength. You will feel very energetic at this time. So mind it, you have to somewhere hone your energy in the right direction, so that it is not somewhere draining in the form of anger or fight. So this energy will help you initiate something. Maybe you start a new business, or maybe you bring a lot of transformations, or you invest your money in real estate and property. That is also possible at this time. Even many of you can find interest in research related activities, where some technical subjects could be involved, where you start researching, because Mars is giving its aspect on Saturn and Venus with the eighth aspect. And even as you can see, Mars will be giving its fourth aspect on the fourth house. So it's the time for real estate, property, buying property, vehicle, or taking it on loan. So any of the thing, or you might be investing your money, or you get an inheritance. That is also possible. And there could be possibility you start a new career in some R&D, maybe some engineering or technical background, because it is giving its eighth aspect on Saturn. And Venus also, Venus is lord of your 11th house and 4th house. So somewhere it is forming a connection. It's very good. But mind it, because your 4th house lord is there in the 8th house, which is Venus. Here you need to check your mother's health, because at this time your mother's health can get disturbed, your mind can get disturbed, because ultimately Mars and Saturn energy can make you little bit irritated, means frustrated somewhere. Because what happens usually, this energy of Mars and Saturn is very opposite kind of forces, where you might feel frustrated, because somewhere you want to do something, you are willing to do something, you have a lot of energy, you can show the world what you can do in your career, in your profession, or wheresoever. Okay, maybe even in business also, or whatever you are doing, even in your marriage also, maybe you do something. But because of the circumstances, this could be delayed also. Maybe you want to do something, but the result is not coming. Okay, so such situations can create frustration. Later, when this Mars will enter the Gemini sign, inimical sign, on 21st January in the 12th house, this will be the time when you can go for some travels for your career, some changes. Definitely it's a good time, but you need to keep in check of few things. Maybe your relationship get disturbed, or your children can go for a technical or higher education or something like that, ba- bachelor's education. So this is the time which looks favorable, but with lot of expenditures also. Now if I talk about Venus and Saturn, I have already told Venus is lord of your 11th and 4th house, so it will be there with Saturn in the Aquarius sign. So it's good for the money related matters, and if you are into business, there you can transform your business to increase your source of income and wealth. You can buy a new property, you can invest over over there. You can go for some real estate trading also at this time. You can do all this. And even one who is involved into mantra sadhana, they can also do something. Even someone who is into IT field, or related to chemicals, or related to bio pharmacy, they also can perform really well. So this is the time when you will see lot of transformations happening in your life. Eventually, if you will focus, Rahu is sitting in the ninth house, Ketu in the third house. Rahu is giving you opportunities from foreign land. Maybe you get connected to a guru who is there in the foreign land, a teacher, or you also travel or connect to different people who are culturally different, and you could maybe get out of your comfort zone, and may work with different kind of people. Different means culturally different people who have certainly different environment, different behavior, different language. So this is current situation and inclination I'm finding very favorable for you. So you can go for higher education also in foreign lands, or even if you are North Indian, you can go to South India, or South Indian to North India. Jupiter in the 11th house is Cheshta Bali, and it's retrograde in the Taurus sign, which somewhere talks about that currently you are looking for wealth and resources and opportunities in your career. And because some wealth and desire fulfillment is there. And as I can see, it's a lot of your ninth house and sixth house. Definitely, if you are going to if you are going for a change in your career, or you have any competition or interview, then you will be able to successfully crack it. And even it goes for your father also. If your father is stuck in his profession and he's looking for any change, this is the time he will find success over there. Someone can get married in your family, or even you can get married at this time. You can look for a childbirth, and someone who can initiate their bachelor's education or go for some skill development. Okay, so there are a lot of things happening because of this Jupiter retrograde, and this is giving you a lot of eventually good changes in your life. So ultimately, this is good for overall perspective in your life and in your father's life. Now, if I talk about your children will also see progress because of it, because Jupiter is giving its seventh aspect on fifth house, and Sun is currently there in the Sagittarius sign with Mercury. Which will enter on 4th January, along with Sun will make Buddha Aditya Yoga in the 6th house. This is really good time for anyone, as I said, can crack an interview, a competition. You can win over any court case and litigation also. Family related matters can get disturbed, especially any ego clash can happen between you and your family members, especially with the neighbors or siblings. Okay, and mind it, someone's health can also get disturbed because of it, and expenditures also looking. But you will definitely win over any competition if it is there, and you can even buy any property or vehicle if you want to, because ultimately expenditures are forthcoming for this month. Later, when Sun will enter in the Capricorn sign on 14 January, along with Mercury entering the Capricorn sign on 24th January, this will make a kind of combination where seventh house will be affected with Sun and Mercury making a conjunction, making a Buddha Yoga in the seventh house. This is really good for all those people who want a status rise, upliftment in their life, or they want some government positions, even as a MLA, MP, or even any kind of where you are working for a public. So this is the great time for all these things. And someone in your family also can do that, and you can start a new business also. So this is quite a favorable, and all those who want to get married, this time is also looking favorable for you too. So this was all for Cancer Lagna. Now we'll move on to Leo Lagna. For Leo Lagna, your Lagna Lord will be there in the Sagittarius sign in the fifth house, along with Mercury entering the Sagittarius sign on 4th January. So these two planets together in the fifth house will make Buddhaditya Yoga. It's the first house lord and the second house lord, and Mercury is even the 11th house lord. So their conjunction in the fifth house is really good for any kind of hereditary position. Even if you are going for bachelor's education or your children are going for that education, you can see some kind of you know uh, somewhere maybe your name fame will rise because of something that you do or your children do, that your name fame will rise among your social network and your family. And even you will find a lot of interest in increasing your intellect and knowledge. You will be more drawn towards education, educating yourself. Maybe you look for a job or a career in education, in teaching. This is the combination of banking also. Someone who can go into banking. This is a combination of trading. So all these things can happen for the Leo Lagna. Later, when the Sun will enter into the Capricorn sign on 14 January, and along with that, Mercury will enter Capricorn sign on 24th January. This will be the time when you can win over any competition. Okay, so it's a beautiful time for winning over any competition because your energy will be super high at this time. And most so ever, if you are stuck in any kind of court case litigation, there also you can win. But mind is, this can disturb your health. It won't be chronic disease, but some small diseases which can happen for you in this time period while Sun and Mercury together are there in the sixth house in the Capricorn sign. Along with that, this can happen with your family members. Mind it, when these two planets are there in the sixth house, this can even cause clashes, ego clashes in your family with your elders, especially. Okay, now talking about Saturn and Venus, Venus will be there in the Aquarius sign for the whole month, along with Saturn being your sixth and seventh house lord. Together in the seventh house talks about that now maybe in your marriage things will start to improve. Venus being the lord of your 10th house and third house will bring some good transformations, and luck will also favor, and some supreme power will favor in bringing a lot of good changes in your marital life. Along with that, this is a combination for someone who is looking for a partner. Even this is a good combination for you want to start your own business. Okay, and this even means for initiating anything in your career, you can even go to foreign countries. Okay, because Mars from the 12th house will be aspecting, giving its eighth aspect on Saturn and Venus till 21st January, because Mars here in the 12th house will be debilitated plus retrograde till 21st January, which will more so ever behave like an exalted Mars. Mars is lord of your ninth house and your fourth house. So it's really good, and it's a Yog Karak. So somewhere it will help you elevate yourself and bring those changes. Maybe you shift to a new place, your home shifts at this time. You change your place, you go from one city to another city, one state to another state, or one country to another country. This can happen by the time Mars is there in the 21st January till 21st January. And later, Mars will enter in the Gemini sign. It's inimical sign where it will be there for few days, and even later it will again transit to Cancer sign. And this switching of Mars from 11th house to 12th house, 12th house to 11th house will continue, and this is a transit where you will see lot of changes are coming in this year for you if your Mahadashanta Pitantar is also of Mars. So Mars is going to bring lot of opportunities also for you, where you can improve your salary or wealth. Your social network will also uh, be growing at this time, especially because Jupiter is there in the 10th house and it's retrograde. So it will somewhere increase your it will expand your career. So somewhere in your family also expansion is having, your wealth is expanding. Your enemies are not able to dominate you or do any harm to you. Some peace is also entering in the life of your mother, and your home life is also getting serene, and you are finding peace. For now, there is even chance of you buying a property or a vehicle, maybe in your city or some other city, because ultimately this is talking about change of place also. So you might rent something at this time. This is also possible because ultimately combination is looking like that. Rent or take something on loan, maybe vehicle or maybe something like property also for your comfort. Ultimately, Jupiter is also giving its good aspect. Rahu is there in the eighth house, Ketu in the second house. Definitely, Rahu in the eighth house talks about your interest towards research and analysis. These people can also be into banking and insurance because, and data analysts, data scientists, all these people, they work, the scientists work with this Rahu in the eighth house. They have got very scientific capabilities. When Rahu is there, your interest towards occult science also goes. You might believe in a lot of mantra sadhana or tarot card reading, especially all the supreme energies, the people who believe in numerology, tarot card reading, occult science, black magic, all those things, mantra sadhana, tantra sadhana, okay, all these things. The Rahu 8th house definitely talks about all this. But here you will see it might have brought problems related to expenditures and travels, maybe expenditures and travels, if your Mahadashanta Pitintar is that of Rahu. Along with that, Ketu in the second house shows that you might have cut off with your family at this time, maybe due to certain other reasons, or maybe because you are mentally distracted from them. So any of the reason could be there, either you're physically separated or mentally separated. This situation will be there till Ketu is there in the second house. But still, because Jupiter is giving its benefic aspect on Ketu, somewhere things are still normalized. But you have to keep in mind, till the time Ketu doesn't transit in the Leo sign, you have to be very cordial with your family members. Okay, so now this was all for Leo Lagna. I will move on with the Virgo Lagna. Now let's talk about the Virgo Lagna. For Virgo Lagna, your Lagna Lord Mercury is starting its journey from the Scorpio sign, but it will remain till 4th January. After that, it will enter Sagittarius sign in the 4th house. Being the Lord of the 10th house and the first house, it will remain there in the Sagittarius sign with Sun. Okay, so, making a Buddhadit Yoga in the fourth house, this is really good for all those people who want to do real estate trading or want to buy any property or want to start a career from their home city or home itself, only work from home, sort of, or even who are into schooling, they are into school or their children are still there in the school, they can perform really well. Your intellect will always grow at this time. Will You will be able to focus and compete more in your life, and ultimately because Sun is Lord of your 12th house, definitely it also shows that somewhere you can go away from your home, and you can even buy some property far away from your city or vehicle or something like that. And this also shows career, sort of your focusing on your career, and your career is developing, maybe something you are starting which can be online also, because 12th house is also about online work. Okay, so or any kind of trading work, yeah, real estate trading, online trading, this is also there. And but your career could revolve around it at this time. You can look for career work from home or in your city itself. Okay, this could be the situation, but it will only happen if you have this Mahadashanta Pitantar, either of Sun or Mercury. But as I said, there are a lot of chances you buy something at this time. Later, when this Sun will enter in the Capricorn sign on 14th January, along with Mercury on 21st January, together they will form Buddhaditya Yoga again in the 5th house. This will be very amazing for all those people who want to go for bachelor's education in the foreign countries or some other faraway places. This will be the time when you will see a lot of changes in your career. Maybe you get a hereditary position of position in some investment banking or teaching, that too teaching those subjects which are related to psychology, hospitality, or even related to physics, these subjects, because ultimately 12th house lord is also getting connected and it is making buddha Tith yoga over here. This is a good time for your education also. Your intellect will perform really well. You will be able to get good marks if you are still into education. Your children will perform really well, but in your relationship you will suffer at this time, because 12th house lord is getting connected with the 5th house, so relationship part will get suffered. Now, if I talk about Saturn and Venus, Venus will remain in the Aquarius sign for the whole January month, along with Saturn, which is Lord of your fifth house and sixth house. So, anyone who want to compete any examination at this time, they can definitely do that. They want to buy any property, vehicle, definitely do that. If your children are looking for any competition and they want to win over it, they want to start something new after competing as a education, higher education, they can do that. It is a good time for your father's profession, or someone in your family can win over any court case, litigation, or any issue related to loan also. Okay, wherever, yeah, or any kind of wealth related things, if they are stuck in your life, they can see progress with some kind of help of government servants, that can happen. Now Mars is there debilitated and retrograde in the 11th house. So Mars is lord of your 8th house and even your 3rd house. So it's not a favorable planet for this lagna. So definitely in the 11th house, this gets exalted. So it's not good time for your elder siblings, and it could be difficult time for your social networking. But still, if you have some kind of desires related to materialistic desires, maybe related to property, vehicle, all those things, they can get fulfilled. Or maybe you were looking for any position, technical position. Okay, or people going for bachelors in engineering or technology, they can get that position. Mars is debilitated plus retrograde, so it is behaving like an exalted Mars, but mind it, this lord of your 3rd and 8th house. So this is good for engineering technical part. You can get either a career or growth over there, or you can go for bachelor's education or something related to it, or even property, vehicle. But it is not a good time for your elder siblings and even your relationship part, because Mars definitely is going to disturb that social networking and elder siblings part, living significance of the 11th house. Later, when this Mars will enter your Gemini sign, inimical sign in the 10th house on 21st January, it will still be retrograde. So this is the time when a lot of transformations are going to come in your profession. Even if you are in some profession, then their workload can also increase, or some kind of problems from your colleagues can also come, or stress also, stress like situation where you have to work extra hours, you have to give extra hours to your work, that also is possible. So some burden, some workload will definitely be there, but still you will see a lot of progress from that side. And because Jupiter is currently in the 9th house, which is retrograde, having cheshtabal, so being the lord of 4th and 7th house, this Jupiter is performing really well. It is somewhere increasing your luck, it is giving the blessings of your ancestors, god, and somewhere it is helping you in your marital life. If you are going through rough phase in your marriage life, you are seeing a lot of progress over there. Even if you wanted to buy any property, vehicle, as I said, that is also progressing. It is a good time for childbirth, or taking any skill, for a skill development, I mean to say some certification, you can go for some certification. Your knowledge will increase, you will find something positive happening in your life. And because Rahu is there in the 7th house, your whole focus was currently on the other people, your business, your marriage. So now, later when Rahu will enter the Aquarius sign, Financially things will start improving. If you are looking for career development, especially because of the lot of burden in your career, you were frustrated and you wanted to change your or switch your career, go somewhere else. This will be the time later, next year, when Rahu will enter the Aquarius sign. You will see a lot of progress in your career, and especially related to wealth, finances. Now here, Rahu is definitely aspecting Mars, and because it is aspecting Mars, you have to make sure that it can give you opportunities related to any kind of property or vehicle, or even related to technical things. Maybe if you are looking for technical education, or you are looking for any kind of technical work, okay, like business also, but or property related work, there you will find help from this Mars and Rahu. But still, because Rahu has some negative aspects, so it will help you out, but with a lot of struggle. Later, because Rahu is aspecting Mars, you might make sure that your anger doesn't get elevated at this time. So later, when Mars will enter in the 10th house, as I said, it will bring transformations from 21st January. I have already covered a lot of things about the changes that are coming for Virgo Lagna people in January 2025. The only thing that I will ask you to make sure at this time is that, because Saturn is currently there in the sixth house, it is giving you a lot of workload in your daily life, a lot of burden, which can even cause health issues. So make sure that you function properly towards your growth, and you value your family members, and be little cordial with them, and try to mingle with all the people and help each other. So Jupiter is already helping you. Next year is fab and fabulous for Virgo Lagna, because changes are going to just simply be really amazing. So learn and try to be optimistic. This is the only thing I would like to say about January 2025. Wish you a very happy new year. This was all for the three Lagnas. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe.